Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back along to another episode of Grass and Grain. My name is Jack, and today we are combining, folks. It's late summer, and we're in the election. We're starting our spring wheat, which is the first of our harvest for this year. Everything else is we haven't had anything else to do for our winter crops. So it's busy. We've got going here about an hour ago, and well, we're not going to be going this field too much longer either because we've got a minute amount left to go, which is nice. It's a little bit bumpy in this bit in the middle, but not to worry. We'll get it all done as quickly as we can. We're in the 460 here. This is the first outing for it this summer. A lot of the contracts we usually have didn't actually put any winter crops in, so we are. Didn't have a great deal of work to do this year, but not to worry, we'll get it all done at some stage. We've got about 3 of our own fields, totaling probably about 60, 70 acres, I think, maybe a bit less than that, for spring wheat. And then we got the field around the main yard there for spring oilseed rape, and after that we're done. So really not a great deal. We're trying to push through it as quickly as we can anyway, because there's some atrocious weather coming down the line. The end of this week is supposed to be really poor, so we want to try and get all of our work done as quickly as we can now, and then allowing us to kind of get this all baled up in the coming few days, stacked up and brought into the shed. That would be ideal at least. So that's what we're looking into, see if we can get that done. Missed it there, I'm going to have to come back and get that. But yeah, this is the first field. It's coming in rather nicely actually. This is Skyfall winter wheat, and it's coming in very nicely indeed. It's about 16% moisture content, which for the time of the year I'm happy with. What we will do is just have to kind of stick this into the grain dryer and tick it through there once to get it below 15%. Likely going to be sold as animal feed. Primarily we're focused on the straw here as well though, because we do have a contract and we want to take this away to the local down to the local biogas plant. Same for our spring oilseed rape. We're going to be taking that straw down there as well. So if we can get this all in one, that's going to be ideal. We don't think I'm going to get that one-to-one swath, so we'll just take off this corner. There we go. We'll just clip this a little bit as well. So we're just kind of taking off the last little wedges of this field. It's a long, narrow field, so after you get 3 headlands in, there's not a great deal left to do actually, but we'll get it all tied up nonetheless. And then it's the frustrating thing is though at the moment, it's a case of having to drop off the combine header and move from field to field. They're not particularly big fields, but there's just a lot of movement in between. So if the field is big enough, we'd be able to get through kind of 85, 90 acres with this field, with this combine in a day if the weather was right. But yeah, a lot of change in the fields kind of slows the job down quite a bit. But we'll just keep going, that's all we can do, and we'll get through this as quickly as possible. Otherwise, we're just starting to do a little bit of cultivation work for next year's harvest, for harvest 19. So a few cover crops we're going to work in. We're going to get some winter barley drilled into those hopefully soon, although with the amount of rain that's due to come, we might leave off just until after it to see how it looks. But I'll speak with the clients involved with that and see what they want to do. It is entirely their choice. And what we'll move on to do now is just, I think that's everything down the bottom. Oh no, there's a little bit we need to get left down the bottom here, so we'll just take all this the last little kind of loose ends down here, get those all tied up, and then we're moving again. So Daisy is in the 69, and she is going to be pulling that one back down to the yard and following us around there. Just a few other little bits I need to get. We'll get these bits tied up over here. Too close to the field though. Stay away from that where possible. It's nice to have it back though. I'm so happy that we were able to find it. We didn't have to think about trying to replace the tractor. I haven't got the funds to do that at the moment at all, especially after buying that truck. Laurie's doing very well actually. She's putting in some good ground. We're trying to get a few haulage contracts sorted out so we can get a little bit more work for it. What I will do now is just jump out quickly. And we're just going to move see, we'll shut this gate and we'll move that tractor away a bit and turn it around as well so we can put the header trailer straight on. That'd be ideal. No, Daisy just did walk back over to get the new get the 69 with the grain trailer on. So I don't know who's gonna come pick this up. Might see if Chris is around the yard there. He can come and drive this one back maybe. But we'll leave that like that. It's always easier to take the header off if you've got a little bit of a slope. So something like this where the header trailer is in theory going to be a little bit higher than the combine, just makes it a little bit easier to remove. And we'll just get that last little patch there and we're all buttoned up for this field already. All in, so you're taking us a couple of hours to get done. Not too bad at all. Auger there as well. And it looks like it's all going to fit into one trailer as well, which is perfect. So we're going to get this trailer unloaded here. We'll tie up the combine whilst it's doing so. There we go. Get that wheel put down. Nicely done. And we'll get ourselves moved on there, so really shouldn't take us too long. We're going to be heading, next up is those, you can kind of see two small fields on the other side of the yard, so we're going to be moving over there next. One of them's minute, but it's a real pain of a field actually. I might, so tempted to put it into grass, because by the time you start anything on that field, you're about finished, so it's, it often makes more sense for it to be left in, down the hopper extension to be left as kind of permanent pasture really, so we might well look into doing that one of these days. Maybe just put some wildflower mix in there and classify it as a meadow or something. Okay. Oh, just gotta jump out here and we need to disconnect the PPO. Okay, and just like that, that is field number 1 in the books. We'll get ourselves all set up here. I'm going to get Chris to come back over so he can drive the Fiat back. But otherwise, number 1 is done. So we'll get ourselves moved over and we'll move on into the next one. Okay, and away we go. Daisy is already down at the yard tipping, and she's going to stay down there. And we're going to just take the larger of the two fields first because it's just a little bit easier for us, really. So there's nothing coming. Oh, let's get out and away we go. Can't go too fast along this road. The combine's so wide that it kind of doesn't fit on the road here, so the wheels are on the verge on either side, which makes it awfully bumpy at times. So we'll just take our time, particularly on this corner. Good lord, is it rough. And we'll just pop on over the road there and see how we get on. The smaller field we're moving into now though, so it shouldn't take us too long. It is on a bit of a steep hill, but still nonetheless, it's not going to be too bad. And then I'm hoping what we might look into doing as well is this block. We've got about a 50 yard, 100 yard stretch of road to drive down. Might see if we can just keep the header on to move between the two fields there, because it's such a waste of time to unload and load it back on. Up the hill we go. Down the hill we go. We're flying through here now. We're going to just get this field buttoned out pretty quickly. Love that little kind of stream coming down there. There's a lot of water coming, a lot of body of water coming through that little stream there. It drains off of the hillside quite quickly, so it's a pretty impressive little fierce river. I don't think it's any bigger just because it's hard rock underneath. It can't fade it or can't wear away very quickly. However, we'll get this little, what is this? This is not very big at all. It's about 8-acre plot here, but we'll get it all wrapped out nice and quickly anyway. And then on to the even smaller little bit. And then before you know it, we'll be done. It's almost a shame because we're going to have to unhook the header like I mentioned and just take it around the corner there. We won't get it all in one, but hey ho. That's what we just have to figure out and deal with. But everything's coming through nicely. This crop is a little bit lighter than the field we've just come from, given that it's on a hill there and it's a little bit lighter ground as well. But nonetheless, we'll get it all wrapped up. And there we go, yeah, we'll complete the first time round. So we'll just take off a second pass up here. There we go. And we'll square this end off. Grain tank at the moment's not quite half full there, just over kind of 25%, so we'll keep on rattling on. I'll just turn around I think when I get to the top here. By the time I get 3 headlands off, there's really not going to be much left to do at all. So what we'll probably could do, the 4850 is still attached to the John Deere, so, or attached to the baler, so I don't know, if it's looking like it's going to be nice and dry, we might just look at getting this all buttoned out as quickly as we can. For now though, all we can do is keep trundling through. So we'll do that, and then we'll come and have a look and see what's happening later on down the line. But for now, we'll come back to you in a short while once we get to make some more progress here. Actually getting a little bit thicker in the middle here, surprisingly. It's really starting to slow the combine down a little bit, making it work quite a bit. Let's lift that up. Ooh, brake test. Stop. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. Never in doubt. So we got about a football field left in the middle, really. That's about it. So we're just going to take this off nice and quickly, and then we'll move on again. We'll get that smaller one on the other side of the river done there, really on the other side of that tree line. That won't take us too long to finish up at all, and then we're kind of we're done now for the winter wheat. Be hanging on waiting for the spring wheat, beg pardon, hang on waiting for the spring oilseed rape to ripen up, and then we'll try and get that cracked into tomorrow if the weather holds. Even if it's not, even if it's not below kind of, or at the target kind of 15-16%, likely I'm going to look into just getting that done, because I know the weather's going to come in and batter it, and if it does, then the last thing I want is to have that in the field standing upright when the wind and the rain comes down. So we'll have to see what we can do there. For now, you can see it's a real good looking crop here. There's a good body of straw in it as well. So hopefully we'll get this all covered off there. Just slow it down a little bit. But no hassle for the mighty 460 here. Flying along. We don't get any big fields. I'd love to get just stuck into a big field here and just power out some acres in a day. There's always a lot of chopping and changing. But that is the countryside we've got to work with. Okay, that's that done. Ooh, stop! Stop, 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 stop. That's some speed up there. I think I need to get this in to service the brakes on it, because when you're standing on the hill, it is not holding. I was unloading into the trailer there for a second, and it didn't hold, or like to hold the weight of the combine with a full tank of grain. So that's a concern. We'll get that looked into, I think, as soon as we can. As you can see out in the mirrors, there's a fair bit of dust coming through there as well, which is fantastic news. What we are going to do now, though, is we'll just rumble through all of this, get this all done, and then we'll take the combine next door. It's just a shame we can't take it. The gateway is too narrow. We can't take it straight through. Keep the header on. The header would fit down the road just, but it would be we could block the traffic off to do it, but it wouldn't get through the gate, unfortunately. So we'll have to reconsider that idea. But we'll keep pushing through all of this bit, and then we'll take this across the fields. We drop the header off. Quickly, 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 away we go. We pick the header up. First time as well, look at that, there we go. Alright, we're going to get this all set up here, but I think first of all, it is lunchtime. So we have been able to, we've got 2 of the 3 fields done there. Like I said, that one's not very big over there, and this one is even smaller. If we have a look around the side here, God, this is uneven. No wonder we don't plant that. This is going to take me a few passes around and then we're all done really, so not much to do now. We are, usually if we have all of our winter crops in there, we do have an awful lot more, probably about 150, 200 acres of our own. And then contract work on top, but a lot of that didn't get planted last year gone because it was so wet and miserable, so we'll come back and focus in on that later. For now though, I'm starving. I'm going to go and get something to eat and we'll come back. Where's my Land Rover? And we'll come back and knock that out this afternoon. So until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who kindly hosts my videos, and we will see you in the next one. So until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.